Hi guys, and welcome to my studio. I just thought I'd turn the video on while I'm playing away, making little embellishments, ephemera, journal trinkets. You could even use them for key rings really. So I'll just show you a couple that I have made. This one is butterfly, so it's a 1-inch square that I've cut out and I've distressed. Got a little charm hanging off it, a bulb pin, but you can put a parrot clip too if you wanted to, you know, connect it to chain and what have you. We've got some different sorts. So we've got like little circles, and I've used they're called bezel trays. So they're an actual tray, and you just put your picture or your cutout down on. These little ones here, I've used a glass cabochon over the top, and it gives it like a 3D effect. But with these ones here, I'm going to be putting glossy accents over. So there's one I've done already. It's still drying, and I'm using the Ranger glossy accents because it actually dries clear like glass. So I'll go through a few more of those a bit later on, but I thought I'd just show you the process. So I've done up some templates. You'll be able to download these on my Etsy shop. So these ones here are a 1-inch circle. So if you've got a 1-inch circle punch, you'll be able to punch them straight out. This one here is a 3/4 circle punch. And this one here, I wanted to do them a little bit bigger than the 1/2-inch punch because they were a little bit too small for what I was going to use them for on these little circle bezel trays here. And so I'm actually hand cutting these ones. I really like to cut out anyway, so I cut a lot of these myself, even though I do have the punches, but it's totally up to you. If you don't like cutting out, then you know, you might be lucky enough to have the circle punches there. And then this is what they'll look like once you've punched them out. And what I do then is I actually use Distress Oxide. I like the walnut stain rather than the inks, and then I'll just go around and distress the edges. I am quite heavy-handed with my distressing. It's entirely up to you how light or dark that you want to do it, but I actually prefer to do it a little bit darker. And then you just get your tray there. I actually use fabric glue. I find it binds most things and it dries fairly quickly. Now this one here, it's nearly to the end of the container. I'm just trying to squeeze the rest of it out, so bear with me if it causes me any grief through the video. Then we just press it down with your thumbs to just get a nice even adhesion there, and it also presses it down so you've got that nice rim for when you use your glossy accents. It won't pour out over the edge there. We might put a little charm on that before we put the glossy accents on. I actually like that one. It's got some keys here as well. Maybe the key's nice. Yeah, I think I like the key. I might go with the key on this one. So we get, I'm using 6mm split rings here. I'll just have to separate those from each other. Sometimes when you store them, they all work their way together. Don't ask me how that happens, but, and you know, sometimes they can come from the manufacturer that way. So I hold one side flat and then you turn the other side towards you, so you get a nice even split. So when you turn it back, you should hear a little click and you'll know that it's together. It also doesn't weaken the actual ring itself either. So I go with your charm. That one hasn't really got a front or a back, but I'd go face down on that one and then face up on that, and then when you bring them together, they're both up the right way. I have had a few mistakes when I was making the other ones this morning, but easy enough to fix. And then you'll see that it's as simple as that. You can then put a bulb pin on the top of there, or a parrot clip if you're wanting to clip it onto chain or something. I'll just stick a ball pin on it for the time being, and you can see how easy that is. And then you can attach it to lace, your journal, your tabs, you know, embellish anything that you want to with that. If you didn't want to put that up the top and you simply just wanted to glue that onto something and have your charm swing free, you can do that as well. With your trays, I haven't done it yet, but another thought you can do is if you cut out lace and that, you can put that down first and then put that over so you've got a bit of an edge out the side. It'd be a bit, I guess, like a flower in a sense. I might do this one while I've got it in my hands. And this one says memories, because a lot of what we do in journals is all about our memories. So whether it's capturing them, making new ones, putting photographs in. I don't know whether you're like me. I'm one of those people, I don't like getting my photograph taken, but you know, years down the track you look back and you're sort of glad that people have taken them. So if we just pop that one on there too and press him down with your thumb once again, and then we're going to put might go a little tree of life. Sort of fits in nicely with the memories theme on that one. So we get our split ring again with a set of pliers, hold it firm so you can see that the split's up the top there, so you sort of know what you're working with, and then twist it back towards you. Now you want the front of your charm, you want to go face down to link in there, and then with your top or your feature one, you go face up. So when you bring them up together, you can see that they're going to be the right way around. And then you go back until you hear that click and you know it's clicked back in together. And there we go. Oh, that's moved a little bit. Beautiful. Lovely. And then we'll put some, actually I'll do that now, show you how easy that is. Put some glossy accents in there. Now it's a nice fine tip there that you can go work on small projects or larger projects. There we go, just clogged up a little bit there. So I left the lid off it before. So we'll just, here we go. That's got it. You can see just swoosh it around, getting right to the edge, and then you can see it's a little bit frosted, but it will dry clear. It'll dry clear like that one there. You can see it gets like a bit of a glassy effect on it. This one here, I've already stuck this one down. We might put some glossy, actually before we do that we'll put a charm on that one. So I actually like the word inspire. Inspire is such a positive word. You can get inspiration from people, you can get it from art, pictures. So your charms face down and then your embellishments face up, so they'll both be up the right way. That's him there. Now glossy accents. You can buy the square cabochon glass ones as well for these. You should be able to buy it for all sizes really, but depending on what you want to use these for, I find by using the glossy accents, it actually, they are flatter, so if you're actually putting them inside a journal, it's not going to bulk it up too much. Whereas if we have a look at, say, this one here where I've used the glass cabochon there, you can see that it's quite it'll be higher than when that dries flat. So we'll just pop him off to the side to dry. There's that one. And let me show you the beads. So if we've got a little bead dangle like that one, and I'll show you how to do that. So with the bead, you just pop it in the hole. So what I'm using here is not the one, is called a head pin. So it's usually got something on one end. So that one there's got like a little dot, and it'll form as like a little stopper, and a feature just finishes the bead off nicely. Then I'll get some round nose pliers, and I'll just keep turning around to form a ring like that, and it's really easy to do. I'm just making sure that that end is not sticking out sharp, because if you're putting it on a charm bracelet, you don't want it catching on your clothes. And then we just get I'll find something to attach it to. I've got one. Here we go. I'll do this one up. Cherish. So we'll just get the split and the pliers, hold firm on one side, pull that one towards us. Now you don't have to worry about which is the top and which is the bottom on a bead, because they're round, so there's no front or back. But with your top embellishment or bezel, then it's the right way up. And you get that click, you know that they're back in together, and that's your little tray there. I just want to show you something if I can find it. I've done 2 journeys, and one's in the, sorry, is it Inspire? One was square, one was circle like that, and it had the same word, and they look same bead, but they look completely different. So once again, you decide whether you want square, round, whether you want bead, whether you want charm. It's endless. Your creativity just goes off in another direction. It really does. So let's make might do another round one. And what are we going to? Actually, we'll do a square one as well. I haven't done one of the little square ones yet. This one's, just pull him out of there. So these are the ones that I hand cut, and they're off this sheet here. You can see that I've cut them in like a diamond shape. So there's small and big ones of that too. You'll be able to download in my Etsy shop to create these small ones, or the larger squares like I have that one there. And then we're just going to do another little circle for that bezel I've got sitting there. And we'll just glue them down. These are so much fun. I mean, I have been playing this morning, and I have made so many. I'm going to have to use them up in my journal, and might give some away to a girlfriend. That's that one there, and the square one in there. So just pick him up and work it down flat like that. And the spread your wings, I think I made this one just before. Now how we did the bead there using the head pin, what I've actually done here is I've cut the head pin off, and I've made a loop on one end, and then the other end I've made another loop, so it works like a connector. You can actually connect it now to another element, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to reopen that up, and I'm going to slip that one in there, and then I'll close that ring back down, and then that's just another, isn't that beautiful? Another way we can utilize those. I want that to sit flat. That's it. So I can put my glossy elements into that one. This one here, let's put a little, I love this charm, a little dragonfly charm on the bottom of that one. As you know, depending on what charms you use, a charm can just totally change a project completely. So you could do the same picture and have a different charm or a different colour bead, and you're going to end up with a heap of different little projects that all look unique. So once again, we go down, face down with the charm, and then we go face up with the picture, or the featured. Click them back in together, and that's that down there. You could even, if you wanted to, then stick beads on top and then stick it to. It's just endless on what you can do. You can put a bead top and bottom and have no charm on that. But yeah, look, it's entirely up to you. It's wherever your creativity takes you, in a sense. So I'll just go through a few that I have made up, so you can just get a bit of an idea on, you know, everything you can do, what's different. Here's your little brooches. So you've got your bee, we've got a clock, words, spread your wings, love that saying. We've got your Brooklyn stamp. There it is, made up in a... See, these are make great key rings as well. So you put your glossy accents on there, you put a key ring on the top there, give it away as presents. You don't necessarily have to just, you know, put these in your journals or in your craft projects. They're just going to add an element. See, they just all look different. Same concept, but different pictures, different charms, different... Love clock faces, memories, vintage ladies. There's your Brooklyn stamp again. See how they put it side by side? Totally different. So I've done the square concept there. Even though they were to be cut out or printed, I've thought, well, no, let's cut a square around it and give it a whole new feature. So you got your bees, you got your clocks, your two little word ones. I love the word ones. I think you can just do so much with them. Look at that one, Inspire, with a little antique bronze tassel. Butterfly. These are beautiful. They just simply got a tassel on the bottom of them. How good is that? There's a pink one. So depending on your project, you can add a little bit of colour. If it's not through a bead, you could then maybe look to put a bead on top of there. Once again, you know, your creativity goes off in a lot of directions. And playing around with those. You got a key. This one here, glossy accents, is nearly dry. Spread your wings. How beautiful is that? Butterfly. That's touch dry now. Just beautiful. Inspire. Look at them. They look so antique. I actually, around the edge of those, they were plain cardstock, and I've got like this lace worked stamp, and I've just edged it a little bit. Just to give it something a little bit different. Same with that one. So you can see that I've edged it just a little bit. Eiffel Tower. I've edged that as well, because just with your Eiffel Tower there, it looked a bit plain to me. So just play around with your stamps as well. You might want to stamp in images rather than print them. You might have stickers that you want to use. Look at that, it's beautiful. Glossy accents, just absolutely stunning. I've got a bee journal started, so I'll be looking to put that one in. How cool does that look? Like it's a clock face. I just love clock faces. I do a lot with clock faces. Once again, look, here's your clock faces. Just spread them out. That one's got your glossy accents. See how it just antiques it just that little bit more? So if you have a look at the colour between that and that, so they're both the same, printed on the same cardstock. The glossy accents just deepens and enriches the colour a little bit. I think it's the moisture in there, draws that ink out. But yeah, look, thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this and learnt something. And everything that you see here is available in my Etsy shop. So I've provided a link down the bottom. And thanks, guys. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.